Okay, welcome to our very professional YouTube channel about Cat 5 or crit racing for people who don't know how to do racing. Um, my name is Ben. I'll be your host this evening. And this is my brother Will, who's also in this race.
What's up?
So, this is going to be from my point of view. Will make some cameos a little bit later on and point them out. First mistake of the day. I had no idea what the rules were. They were explaining them, but you can instantly forget when you're, in a pack for like the first time. What were your thoughts over here, Will?
Yeah, I think on the audio says, like, is this out of bounds? I don't know why everybody was to the right of the double yellow, but
I think they were sheltering from wind, but like also I feel like a lot of other people might have been confused and
yeah,
frightened of being disqualified on the first
that
lap.
was the only lap that we did that. So,
No, I did that a few other laps, and
oh,
I was riding over the bumps. It was pretty uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, pretty sketchy situation. We had two different strategies for doing this. What was your strategy, Will, for getting out of here alive?
Stay to the front, inside, take the inside turn, but it's not
You're a liar.
as.
What did you say you were gonna do before this?
What, get to the front?
No, before we did this race, I told you I was gonna go to the front. I was gonna stay
Well,
10 wheels back, and I
okay.
was gonna do the inside, and you said something different.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh, that was, dude. We
Uh,
need to commentate more on this.
they can pause and go back.
Yeah,
So,
that was a foreshadow of things to come.
yeah.
uh,
Um, I I didn't see what happened to him, but you said he was involved in something later on.
well, I think the guy on the left crashed at the end, if I'm not
In the
mistaken.
red and white, right?
Yeah, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I'm a very well, not to give spoilers, but
Yeah. Some
yeah.
things are about to go down. So anyway, I was gonna go to the inside and stay towards the front. And you held my wheel, so you did the same thing in the actual race.
Hmm.
But we were seeing two different ways of riding this race. We were watching other videos and seeing other people sticking more towards the back and the outside, right?
Yeah, I
Now,
mean, either I guess that's kind of I ended up racing more like that, though I did do the inside
yeah,
quite a
because
bit.
you were much more to the right than me, like
Yeah,
more
but
into
I
the back.
definitely, and it's hard to tell because Ben, my brother, who's the camera on, he stayed up front on this race pretty much the whole way, but I did fall back, still with like the lead pack, but so I did end up taking a lot more outside corners, which because I was on the furthest outside, eating a lot of wind,
So
you know.
you're taking win too, because
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say about my strategy. I thought that I had this down going into it, and that I was gonna run a pretty conservative race, and I was gonna stay towards the front to conserve energy because the pack can kind of compress
Mhm.
and go back out again. But oh man, look at this guy.
This was
That is two men on a bike.
yeah, the size difference. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think he was involved in anything,
no,
was he?
I don't
No,
know where.
thank the Lord.
If he's watching this video, you're a beast, man.
Dude, no one's gonna watch this video.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So my strategy, I so far it's working out okay, but I'm already seeing a lot of mistakes.
A lot of
Um,
energy.
yeah, a lot of energy. Speeds are really high. I'm trying really hard to follow everything that's popping off. Where were you at this point?
Man, I think we're a few laps in. I was probably far back, but I ended up. I think. I mean, you can see how strung out it is, and Ben's gonna make a bridge here.
Ah, that's
But yeah, I
right.
was pretty far back at this. Well, not super far back, but I wasn't probably a good 10, 15 wheels behind. There was like 60 plus people in this race,
This was
so
my biggest mistake of the race. This took so much energy. Like, this is like my max heart rate right here. I've never seen anything higher than like 178. I've had higher recorded, but I've never seen it. And I think I looked down and saw where my heart was at this point, I just realized that I'd like just ruined myself.
But you bridged a lot of people up to
Yeah,
these
I
people.
brought the peloton up.
This group, these people in the blue kit, I believe they're some younger riders, and yeah.
Oh, don't spoil anything. But anyway, the point here is, if I didn't bridge that, they would have gotten caught, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Totally.
there's like literally 50 riders behind you. I mean,
Yeah.
we're eventually going to catch up.
And the strongest rider was behind me the whole time. Watch this guy in pink, because he's gonna like run the race for, at least this is how I remembered it. But this is going back a few days.
I don't know if he ended up winning it. I can't remember.
I don't know where he placed.
I don't think he won it because I think on the last lap, the guy who takes the lead out ends up winning.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I don't necessarily remember that part either.
Very strong rider though.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time out in the wind, and I kind of wrote him off. You'll see him take some a little bit later on, but really at the end of the day, I was spending all of this energy, and I felt really good. I was actually surprised about the speed. We should probably talk about that. Um, How fast did you think this race was going to be before you went into it?
Well, I mean, I was expecting just from looking at other people's other races. This wasn't the first race of the season at this course. I mean, I knew it was gonna be like 26 average,
Yeah,
probably.
but you've never ridden in like a pack of people, so you don't know the effect that all of these
Yeah, well,
people have on the
not
wind.
this many people. I don't, unless you really do on these races. I don't think you ever really, or a practice crit, you ever really feel.
We've
How,
only ridden in grids of like 3.
yeah.
More or less.
So I mean, the group draft definitely does have an effect, but it will hurt you if you get out of it for sure.
Totally. But what I was kind of getting at though was, before you went into this, I know like 5 days ago was like ancient history, but before we started this, you were worried you were going to get dropped because of these speeds. How does it feel like riding like 27 miles an hour with like 60 people?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like. I'm attacking on the right, and I take the front lead here. It's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, it's doable. I think you do have to have some level of fitness. Obviously, you can't just pull up and do this. But yeah, I wouldn't be scared seeing people do 27. Like we can't do these speeds by ourselves, obviously.
No, that's the thing.
So,
Like you can't equate what you're capable of doing alone, wherever you're at.
you just have to. You really have to try these once.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is like the only way you really know if you can do it is if you do it.
And then perceived effort, like these guys are doing like 26 miles an hour or something like that.
This was a mistake by me. I'm in the lead, but I believe there's already a guy leading out in the front.
So there's Will right there,
Yeah, on the right.
in the Sesame Street jersey.
Yeah, the Burn Ernie.
Yeah. How are you feeling after taking some wind?
Oh, I lit a match right there. I do not have the fitness to take the front there. I just, and I think this guy is actually first. So I guess I was what, P2 or P3 right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I should not have done that little early match. This is like literally maybe fourth lap here, maybe fifth. I don't know.
Where are we at here on time? Yeah, we're at about 10 minutes until like a 30-minute race. So, I mean,
maybe fifth or sixth lap.
this is nowhere near late enough to be spending energy, unless you see something super threatening.
Yeah, which is what you're doing right now. You're taking the front, just eating all this wind.
But you can see I'm soft pedaling. I'm not putting out a huge effort. I'm letting the pack catch me. But that's not to say I didn't make a mistake. I made a huge mistake going off the front. I carried more speed than I thought I was going to, and I just ended up in the wind. So I immediately stopped pedaling. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, already making a lot of mistakes, and I'm already getting tired. It's only 10 minutes. You said you were cooked too at this point, right?
Yeah, I definitely, like I said, we're not strong enough to take the lead and try to TT this thing. We're just not that level. Well, maybe Ben is, but I'm certainly not. So I definitely fell back at this point. I don't think you'll see me on the video. Pretty much. Well, maybe I make one more appearance, but
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This is a good transition to talk about fitness, because I know that I was uncertain, and I know Will was super uncertain about what level you need to be at to not be a liability going into this. So let's talk about training time. Like, how many rides do you do a week? How many hours do you spend training for this? And also, when did we start riding?
Yeah, so well, we should start there. I mean, we both always like we rode bikes somewhat, but never serious road bike uh, things. I mean, other than when COVID hit,
That's the thing. When COVID hit.
But that's when we started in May though, maybe
Okay,
late
yeah.
May.
Okay.
Then we started taking it seriously June, or
Um,
is that too early?
I'll be honest with you. I started taking it seriously on the first ride. Because remember, we went out on that ride and you dropped me.
Yeah,
And there was like these super high winds. I was going at like 13, 14 miles an
yeah,
hour and my back was broken.
yeah.
That at that moment I realized that I needed to take it super seriously.
Yeah,
So you and I have been riding for the same amount of time, more or less,
yeah.
about a year, give or take,
Hmm.
and it hasn't been a consistent year either.
No, much more
Lots of breaks.
consistent for Ben.
But I still took like a month and a half off
Yeah,
early this year.
I mean, I put in solid like. I mean, I suppose we could just link our Strava and you could kind of see
Yeah,
what
but
we've
like,
done. Ben,
what do you do? Like 7 hours a week, maybe
but not
six, five,
consistently.
six. Yeah.
It's more like I would put in good amount of weeks where I maybe 10 plus hours, and then I would literally go like months without riding. Like I from the end of January to like March, I did not ride once because I don't know, I just got busy with stuff.
You had saddle
And I
sores.
had saddle
You
sores
had
too,
saddle,
because I
which
didn't,
was my issue too.
because I,
Because we had
yeah,
cheap
yeah,
bibs and saddles that didn't fit.
you had to
Yeah.
get good bibs. Pro tip.
Yeah, for the beginning, like
Yeah,
good bibs and
so
good saddle.
getting
But
saddle sores back to back will kill cycling for you. But we pushed through, and when I did ride it, I feel like we always did high intensity, even though maybe our numbers don't show that. I always felt like whenever I rode, I was
nah,
going
that's
hard.
right. We went 100%, which is kind of like
Yeah.
counter to what a lot of people say,
Hmm.
and I think that's completely true if you already have like a base fitness level and you're trying to build on that.
Hmm.
But in our case, it was just just go out and get comfortable riding quick, and quick in our eyes was
Yeah.
like 20, 21 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That I mean that felt like such a lofty goal this
Hmm.
time last year.
Sure.
But so anyway, will you probably do like 6 or 7 hours a week,
But
like
it's not.
100 miles,
It's
right?
not. Yeah. But it's not consistent.
Uh,
And
but
yeah.
anyway, so that's super realistic.
Yeah. Don't follow my training guide.
And then in my case,
Yeah. Ben's a beast.
I got so obsessed with this, um, and lately I've been doing 10 plus hours every week, and I've
Hmm.
been pretty consistent for like the last month and a half. So I'll be honest, I think I overtrained for this. I felt too good early on, and it made me stupid. I trusted my legs too much. I saw the speeds that were happening earlier on in the race, and I could ride 25 miles an hour for 30 minutes under normal conditions.
Hmm.
So
I
it
can't.
made me dumb. Well, and
In a draft, I can. So that's all that matters.
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you ran a smarter race. Maybe you raced closer up to your potential than
Hmm.
I did, because we're at two different fitness levels, and I'm doing everything I can to kill myself
Hmm.
going through here. Um, what do you think about race strategy now that you've had one race?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about conserving energy
Yeah,
and staying upright, obviously. Um,
totally. That's we'll probably see pretty
yeah.
soon.
But gotta take the inside. I mean, really, that's anything can happen. But if you take the inside of the corners, the most inside, you'll probably stay upright more than if you're in the middle of these
Yeah,
corners.
or the outside.
You're just leaving a lot of liability to these other riders,
And
and that's not me saying that I'm better than these people. It's just how it is. There's just so many people in these corners, and a lot of us just, especially in these. This is a Cat 4 or 5 field too, so there's more experienced riders, and yet we
that's
still
true.
had a lot of craziness.
Just carnage.
So, which maybe this race was unique. Like this is literally the only one we've done, but
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, it's really just like you got to do the most And if you do go on the outside, really need to have that escape plan route in your mind, because stuff will just go right in front of you, and yeah.
And that's the thing, and this is something that we're going to see in I'd imagine pretty soon,
Mhm.
actually.
But I see that. I mean, sometimes you get trapped and you have to take these
Yeah.
corners in the middle with riders to both of your sides. And I will agree, if you stay in that, you're probably conserving more energy. You're getting a better draft when you're got riders all
You're
surrounded you.
sheltered. Yeah.
But
Finishing the races faster.
yeah, yeah. It just gets too sketchy, and I don't know. Every rider has to make that decision for themselves. So
Yeah, but there's another thing too when it comes. Are we coming up on one?
maybe.
I can't tell. This is such a long video. Um, but but anyway, regardless of whether the crash is happening in a corner or in a
We'll
straight,
put like timestamps to the two crashes, maybe.
will we?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, regardless of where all this is happening, usually a crash is going to move its way outside.
Mm-hmm.
So at least that's what I thought. I'm mostly going to stay towards the inside. Now, this looked threatening right here.
Yeah, this did, because
We're about halfway through the race,
yeah.
maybe a little bit more than halfway through
Mm-hmm.
this race, about 18 of 30. I can't make out the time. But this looks like a break. This looks like something that might be able to make it. But to be honest with you, man,
Mm-hmm.
I was just tired. I was
Yeah, and then you
tired.
take water. You're on the front. You've
Yeah.
already bridged one.
I already bridged one. I told myself
Yeah.
I'm not going to bridge again. I did it once. It made no difference.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here.
And I
Do they
think
get away?
I mean, look at your heart rate. You're 181
Oh,
there.
I've never seen 181.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
you're still in the front. People, I think maybe people are expecting you to bridge this. I don't know.
They were.
Yeah.
They
Nobody,
were.
I mean, nobody wants to do it. And then this guy takes it, who's also a really strong rider.
Yeah. I'm used to disappointing people. So I see this guy bridge. I see a few more people bridge. I'm waiting for the peloton to come and do my work for me,
Which they do.
which they do.
Yeah.
Because it just didn't seem like anyone was that motivated to go
Mm-hmm.
out and suffer more and try to make it work, especially with half of the race to go, maybe a little under
Yeah,
it.
I mean, we don't have a team, but before this race, you could see all the people with teams, and there's a lot of people on teams.
You'd think they'd do something
And
like that.
but really, I mean, I just don't think there was enough coordination in these 4 or 5 races. At least at this particular one, I'm sure there's some smarter riders out there.
Man, there was like an average speed of like 26 miles an
Yeah,
hour. With half to go, with like 4 guys
yeah, you
circulating,
could do a lead out.
you could do that.
Yeah,
Well, not just a lead out, but you could break
yeah,
away.
break away and
Yeah.
have your. But I don't know. You just yeah, and here you can see it gets pretty bunched
Yeah, it
up
gets
here.
congested.
Yeah.
And I'm outside. I'm kind of scared to be out here. I'd never been out here up to this point in the race. Yeah. A lot of people moving up.
Yeah, I'm
But
not for sure if the speed's accurately reflecting that one. We were having troubles with the syncing.
oh no, I think it is
See,
this slow.
we're
It
kind of
looks
back
slow.
on the. I don't know. Hopefully it works back. This is our first time working this.
Yeah, we might have technical difficulties. But regardless, at this point,
Yeah, we weren't going 22 here. This is like 30ish in here.
that's not 30. But
Oh.
Anyway, at this point,
Oh yeah, I'm back in the race in the top right there.
there you are. You see, you stayed up.
And was there a crash there? Did we totally miss things? I don't know.
I don't think there was.
It was kind of behind you, so.
No, but we would have seen it to the right.
Yeah, you're right.
There are 2 crashes that are going to be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point, I'm just trying to stay with this lead group. I let them swarm me, not because of any strategy or conserving energy. At this point, I'm just cooked. Like, I used too much energy, and I'm realizing it way too late. I mean, when you choose to take a drink of water instead of bridge a gap, I mean, that says something about yourself, and it's very accurate in my case. I'd already spent enough energy.
Yeah.
we're about to see the first incident of the day. Keep your eye on the guy with the orange jersey and the blue shorts. He's a few wheels up to the right.
Yeah, I don't think it was his fault, but just a lot of craziness happened right here.
He's just a passenger. Watch blue jersey. There you go. Oh man, took out a few guys. Will, what happened here?
I think it was an overlap in the wheels. Yeah, Ben was on the inside of it. I was on the outside. I was able to go around it.
And
I'm really not for sure though what happened. To be honest, it was so tight in there.
Just full disclosure, at this moment right here, first crash I've ever seen in a race. And you were behind me.
Yeah.
And I was worried the whole time that one of us was going to get taken out. And I just had in this mind that maybe you went down there too. And I was so worried right now.
It was, I mean, it was close, but I had enough to get around. Thankfully, I was on the outside and had an escape route.
So let's talk about overlapping wheels and what happened there. So it looked like he overlapped wheels, and then maybe he overcorrected, overcompensated, and kind of got spat out. Something similar happened to you a few days before this race.
Yeah, literally, I did the same thing. I was just careless, really tired, and I literally did the same thing. We were training, and I did the same thing to Ben, and that did not feel good.
Yeah,
and, yeah. Speaking of poor riding by my part, I think I tapped handlebars. A little bump drill right there, and I definitely got called out for that, which was my fault. It was a tight corner. There was a lot of people there.
Rubbing's racing.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but anyway, you know, I couldn't do a real analysis here, but
that was right there too.
Oh yeah, it's starting to heat up right now. Yeah, we're getting to the point where people are getting desperate, tired, and sloppy. Yeah, but anyway, going back to the incident, it just seems like these corrections, like if you tap, if you try to correct, there's always going to be someone in your space. So if you move at all, it's just this knock-on effect.
Yeah. You have to be just so smooth.
So smooth, and if you rub, just rub maybe. Luckily, I had some light contact, I think, in this race. Kind of bar on bar what you're talking about. This gets tight.
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot of our crit preparation was on like NorCal cycling, and they always talk about bump drills and.
Oh, that's right.
And you really like if this is your first time hitting somebody, it's a weird feeling.
Point.
It's a weird feeling. You need to know what that feels like because the more correction you do, probably the more likely you are to fall.
Yeah, exactly. Hit someone else and then just cause something, you know, wild. Yeah, that's right. We would do bump drills on the straights when we had some room on the bike path when it was just us.
And I mean, we weren't doing it at 27 miles per hour, but just doing them like 20, 21.
Just getting used to it, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, and obviously like we were riding in our drops the whole ride.
Another great point.
I think a lot of people were, but a lot of people were on their hoods too, and I know that's somewhat of a more aero position, but.
I feel like I'm more powerful in the drops, but like talking about safety, why are drops better than hoods?
Yeah, I mean nobody's gonna you're eliminating them over like locking into your handlebars.
Yeah, it's like a literal hook, right?
Yeah. And you also like have a good little elbow.
That's right.
My brother, you were talking about this. You gotta, if somebody comes in your inside, give them that little forearm shiver.
Yeah, I don't have my arrow elbows out right now. I kind of flare my elbows out just a little bit, so if someone's gonna hit me, they can hit me in a place that I can move, you know. Can't really move a handlebar. So yeah, things are getting pretty tight.
Yeah, you're getting a good draft here, kind of closed in, but
I'm just trying to
I
work
think
the loose that I can.
We know that it was getting somewhat close to the end here, and we need to not trying to get dropped now.
This is the wild part though, because we aren't going fast. but we were at 30-mile-an-hour speeds not that long ago. So, as you can see coming up here, it just gets really surgy.
Yeah.
Really, really surgy. For no real reason.
Yeah, that dude was only going to take the outside, but it kind of gets tight here in the finish line.
That's true. Yeah, you kind of have to close up for that.
But you had a line there that you could like moved up, and then this guy takes it, and then that was a good wheel to follow for sure.
Yeah, that's that pink guy I was talking to you
Strong,
about, right?
Strong dude, and you gain up a lot. And this is just,
It's easy peasy.
You're burning a match, but you're at the front right there.
It doesn't really seem like
a little tight there.
Yeah, it got tight. It got tight.
I mean, you could have hit that cone. You've been okay.
I would say moving up towards a corner, as far as like energy expended, you can really gain up some positions without putting out effort. But the effort that you put out is going to be finding a wheel after the corner.
Yeah.
Because you're at a line, right?
Yeah, and here you are. I mean.
Yeah, I'm still fighting for this guy's wheel. There's a guy to my right.
But you're taking the inside, which is.
Yeah.
That was a tight corner too.
I'm trying to get as close to the curve as possible, because what I'm worried about is some impatient guy dive bombing me. And if I close off that position, I might be in the wind, but at least I'm not going to get taken out, hopefully.
I think this is the front. I don't think there was anybody out.
This is the front. Yeah. I'm such an idiot.
but you let these guys go,
Yeah, probably out of necessity.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not like you could stay up there any longer. But.
Yeah. At this point, I was kind of thinking I was just too far forward. Maybe some of these other guys were fading too, or they were starting to think tactically.
Yeah.
But you can see this just slow down so much. So
big attack there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely just dying in the back at this point.
This would be a great time to be like 15th wheel.
Yeah. Just get.
Okay, so now we're heading into the last lap. We've got one more incident to go, and things are looking very NASCAR-esque at this point.
But I mean, you're in position here. You're up front. I was definitely in the back. I'm trying to work my way up at this point. Still felt like anybody's race, but I mean, I was totally tired. But
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Things look very good at this point. But as you can tell by my heart rate, things are not feeling very good right now.
Yeah, this is just our first race. I mean, we really need to get better in position like lap 2, lap 3, if you really want to contend with this stuff.
And that was
unless you had the power, with how we felt, I don't know.
The initial strategy was that I was thinking there would be a break. Never happened. I wasted a lot of time. But anyway, I'll shut up for this. Watch the guys in the blue skin suits to the right coming into this corner.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst crash of the day. Thankfully, you were taking the inside line as you usually do. Yeah.
Man, they just kind of got tangled in
there.
there.
Really, so many more people got hit in that. I was behind there too. I was able to take the inside, got around it.
We never got the story really on what happened, but I mean, maybe if someone else knows more, they can comment. But there is a weird noise coming from his wheel. So
was it a flat? I don't know. But that definitely took out a lot of people. And at this point, bro, you're in the lead. 2 corners. You just hit the second to last corner here.
Yeah, the positioning. To be honest, I'm a little too far back.
Yeah.
Because
we go single file here. Ben takes the right, or takes the right route here to the left.
Yeah.
And it becomes single file here on the inside.
If I held this guy's wheel going by red jersey, if I had that power,
or even the guy in front of you here, it just gets a little bit too. And I mean, you're dying. You're at 181 heart rate. You hit the last corner here, probably 10th, maybe it. I don't know.
Then I just eke out this
nice sprint. I mean, gained a wheel, kind of crossed the finish line by yourself in 8th.
Top 10.
Pretty damn good. 8th place.
Top 10's alright.
I finished a few more seconds. Well, maybe more than a few more seconds. Maybe like 10 more seconds behind Ben.
What was your goal going into this race?
Dude, just not to get dropped. I mean, I feel like the better goal would just to be not crash, right? But I didn't get dropped. Finished 30th. Is like 60 plus, right, or 62.
Yeah, finished right in the midway point.
Right in the middle.
First race.
So Ben finished top 10. I'm just thankful that we didn't crash because it's so crazy.
Did you see who went down at the end?
Fucking everyone, bro.
Fuck.
Everyone.
God.
Oh no.
Both crashes with within local happens in your head like that, man. I made it. I don't know if I will. Fuck it. Thanks, bro. Dude, you didn't crash.
Not close, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Faster in the back, I was like, oh shit.
I was so fucking worried.
Oh my goodness. That's scary. You see that guy with blood on the floor? I was right behind that dude. I fishtailed out. People just bunched up on that corner.
It's always too many people trying to fit it.
Yeah. Dude, I fishtailed out to avoid that one. I lost my ring.
I was so scared. On the first one, when I saw you come up after me, it's like, thank God.
Dude,
And the
first one wasn't
second
even
crash,
that bad. The second one was worse.
yeah.
Dude, I was so tired. 4 laps to go, I was
Yeah.
like, I just gotta sit in the pack.
Uh-huh.
Not that the crash was a good thing, but the crash just led the lead pack
It
out. And
disrupted it.
I was in the very back of it. And I had no power, dude. I was doing like 22 and everybody passed me.
I was right ahead of that crash.
Yeah, I
You
know. I
did-
was right behind you. I was catching up to you.
You did so fucking well.
Back at me now, Ryan.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. You guys are here. We survived. What?
What were you?
I was ninth.
Damn! I was probably like 40th. But I don't care.
Hopefully we'll be back here to do the same thing next week.
In Ontario, though.
In Ontario, that's right, yeah. But hey, you know, you've been to one office park, you've been to them all.